Hello again, friends. My name is Emily. Welcome back to Hope Arts Library. I am so happy that you're here today. I apologize for the lighting. I know it's a little weird. Really nothing I can do to fix that. There's a window up there with no curtains on it, and even if I could put curtains up there, I can't reach it. There's no curtain rod, but also it is so high up, and if I got a ladder, it would have to be at this angle because the guinea pig cage is directly under the window. So that's not gonna happen. You're just gonna have to deal with me being uncomfortably close to the camera for a little bit. But over the week it was my birthday, which is super fun and exciting. I am now 24 years old and have accomplished very little. But that's okay, because growing in your faith is the most important thing that you can do in this life. So I did accomplish a small book haul. I know that that's a lot of what I've been doing recently is book hauls, even though I said I wasn't going to do that very often because I'm poor. But that doesn't, birthday books don't count because I didn't have to buy them. So we're going to do a little book haul. I didn't get a whole lot, but I did get a few. So we're going to do a little birthday book haul. So excited. Okay. The first book that I got, a woman from my Bible study group named Sandy got me. She didn't get them for me. She had 3 books on her bookshelf that she thought I would really like. And she was correct, especially on this one called Christmas is Not Your Birthday. Experience the joy of living and giving like Jesus. I am such a huge proponent of not buying people gifts for Christmas and not receiving any gifts for Christmas. I always tell my friends, don't get me anything. I'm not getting you anything, because I hate the consumerism around Christmas. I hate that it is all about money and buying people things. I hate how stressed people get around Christmas. Christmas is supposed to be the most joyful time of the year, and people are literally poor. They I work at a store, and I have people coming in and telling me that they're only buying the bare minimum of food for their family because they need to buy Christmas presents for everybody. Stop buying Christmas presents. It's not that big a deal. You don't need to buy people things to celebrate the birth of Jesus. You can do that. First of all, you can do that every single day, and I recommend that you do. But this book is all about that entire concept that I was talking about, which is stop buying things for Christmas. Christmas is not your birthday. It says every year we say we're going to cut back, simplify, and have a family Christmas that focuses on the real reason for the season, Jesus. But every year advertisements beckon, the children plead, and it seems easier to indulge our wants and whims. Overspending, overeating, materialism, and busyness rob us of our peace and our joy and rob Jesus of his rightful role as the center of our celebration. Love that. It's just a little guy. It's just a little one. But I'm going to read this. I'm going to try to read this before Christmas so that I can talk to all my friends about it. I don't have a lot of friends that like to read. Oh, I bet Sam would like to read this. I have a friend named Sam. I bet she would love to read this. Maybe. I'll talk to her about it. But I'm very, very excited to read this. I will review this. I don't know if I'll review it, but I will update you when I finish it. Okay, the next book that she got me off her bookshelf, was The Headmistress of Rosemere by Sarah E. Ladd. I don't know if I've ever heard of this book. I feel like I've seen that cover, but I feel like a lot of historical romantic Christian books pretty much look the same. So it's kind of hard to tell. It says, Patience Creighton has devoted her life to running her father's boarding school. Oh my gosh, already in love with that idea. But when the enigmatic master of the estate appears at her door, battered and unconscious, the young headmistress suddenly finds her livelihood and her heart in the hands of one dangerously handsome gentleman. Oh my gosh, Sandy, you know exactly what I like, Sandy. That sounds so good. I know that this is book 2 in Whispers of the Moors series, but it kind of sounds like I don't have to read book 1 in order to enjoy book 2. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. The third and final book that Sweet Sandy got me for my birthday is an Amish second Christmas.
I don't generally read Amish books because I've watched one too many documentaries on how crazy the Amish are.
But it looks like this is a bind-up of 4 different Amish books. When Christmas Comes Again, Her Christmas Pen Pal, A Gift for Anne Marie, and The Christmas Aprons. Second Christmas is a time of family, fun, and tradition in Amish communities. Come celebrate this special time with 4 heartwarming Amish romances. I'm sure they're very sweet stories. I'm sure they're so sweet. I'll update you on these. We had to move forward because the sun moved forward. Okay. The next book that I got, I'm very, very excited about. My friend Aletha, my friends, listen to this really fast. My friends who didn't know each other before this, because 2 of my friends were from work and 2 of them were from outside of work. They somehow, these 4 girls, somehow got together and planned a surprise party for me. While my dad had me out of the house all morning at the bookstore and just running around our local shopping town, they came to my house and they decorated the whole house with streamers and balloons and confetti, and they got me a cake, and it was a beautiful cake, and all these different snacks that they knew that I would like, and we all sat down and we enjoyed each other's company, and we played a game of Clue because Clue is my favorite board game, and it was just the most, as soon as we walked in the door, I had no idea they were here because they had parked down the hill from our house so that I wouldn't see their cars there. And so whenever we got home, I figured there was nobody at my house because that's how it usually happens, right? You get home and there's nobody in your home. Well, when I got home, there was 5 people in my home, 4 of my friends and my nephew. So it was really incredible. I loved it. It was the best birthday ever. But one of my friends got me Ultra Processed People by Chris Van Tulleken, The Science Behind Food That Isn't Food. So as you guys might know, if you have tuned into the channel before, I am very into nutrition, I guess. I'm very into what foods make us run the best that we can and what foods don't. And I'm very interested in, as Van Tulleken describes it, food that isn't food. Ultra-processed foods such as, I think he describes it, what is it? We have entered a new age of eating. For the first time in human history, most of our calories come from an entirely novel set of substances called ultra-processed foods, or UPFs. There's a long, formal scientific definition, but it can be boiled down to this. If it's wrapped in plastic and has at least one ingredient that you wouldn't find in your kitchen, it's UPF. So basically think of when you're reading an ingredients list, you see maybe flour, eggs, cool. Then you see random chemical substances that you don't know what they are. That's a UPF. That's an ultra-processed food. And Van Tulleken is a father, a scientist, a doctor, and a BBC broadcaster. And he, in this book, marshals the latest evidence to show how governments, scientists, and doctors have allowed transnational food companies to create a pandemic of diet-related disease. The solutions don't lie in willpower, personal responsibility, or exercise. You'll find no diet plan in this book, but join Van Tulleken as he undertakes a powerful self-experiment that made headlines around the world. Under the supervision of colleagues at University College London, he spent a month eating a diet of 80% UPF, typical for many children and adults in the United States. While his body became the subject of scientific scrutiny, he spoke to the world's leading experts from academia, agriculture, and most importantly, the food industry itself. So I'm very excited to read this book. I've heard him talk a little bit about this experiment that he did where I don't know how long he did it. Did I say how long he did it? A month. I've listened to him talk about that month that he spent eating mostly ultra-processed foods. And I'm very interested to read more in depth how that went for him, because I can't imagine it was good. Please ignore the guinea pig. We have once again had to adjust for the sun because it keeps moving. It's only been 14 minutes of filming, and it's moving very quickly. Well, the sun is, never mind. Okay. The next few books are books that I bought. Well, I didn't buy them, to be clear. I had my dad buy them for me at the bookstore. So I got 2 books that I've been seeing a lot of on Goodreads and hearing a lot about from my fellow friends on the BookTube sphere, and that is Authentically Izzy and Positively Penelope. These just looked like cute, ¿cómo se dice? What's that word? The word where it's modern? Contemporary! These just look like cute contemporary romances. They were in the Christian section. I don't know if they're Christian or if they're just clean. I'm kind of judging just by the back. I feel like they're probably just clean contemporary romances. I don't really know what they're about, and I'm kind of fine with that. They look really cute. They look like a bunch of cute little nerds falling in love. I'm so into that. So, I got these 2. And then I got these Barnes & Noble editions of Heidi and Anne of Green Gables. Now, Anne of Green Gables, I believe I do have a copy of that somewhere, I think, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Heidi, I've never even heard of Heidi. What I do know about it, and this comes from my father, because I picked up Heidi because it was cute, and my dad said, "Have you ever heard of the Heidi Bowl?" And I said, the what? And he said that I don't remember what year, I'll put it up on the screen. There was like a Super Bowl going on, and I guess football didn't take precedence at the time. And so the football game was running longer than they thought it was going to. And nowadays, we just say, okay, whatever show was going to come on afterwards is now postponed. It is not going to be on now because we have to let the Super Bowl finish, right? Well, at the time, I guess it wasn't that way. So they just cut off the end of the Super Bowl and started playing the movie for Heidi. And I guess something really incredible happened during that game. Like the opposing team was losing, and then like right at the last quarter, they turned that bad boy around and they ended up winning, and it's not on film at all because of Heidi. And I would love to know what the story is of this little girl with her little goat that made it so that nobody knows, there is no recorded footage of what happened during a whole entire Super Bowl. Sorry, pardon me, the Heidi Bowl. Okay, we're down to our last two, my friends. So this one is maybe a little different from what you're seeing me usually read, but this is The Lost Files of Nancy Drew. It is super, like, it's one of those super fun interactive ones with like the little flip tabs and the little, like, the little folded up papers and stuff like that inside. And the worst part about this is that I literally can't read any of this because I haven't finished reading the Nancy Drew books, and I believe there are spoilers on each page because each page has to do with one of the books. So the first one is The Secret of the Old Clock. The second one is The Hidden Staircase. There's The Mystery at Lilac Inn, The Clue in the Diary, Secret in the Old Attic. So it's got all sorts of fun pages in here, and I cannot read them because I haven't finished reading Nancy Drew yet. But I want to. I've got quite, not a lot. I've got a few of them. But I'm gonna need to read them quite soon. It also comes with these postcards. It has postcards of like her different, like, it's got Nancy Drew book postcards. And then, oh, I don't know if I'll ever use them because I don't want to not have them anymore. What is this one? I think that is so, I thought it was so unbelievably cute, and I found it at an antique store and I was like, heck yeah, you know I'm buying that. Okay, the last one that I got, I don't know how interested you're gonna be in it, but I once again got this at the Barnes & Noble, but this one is the Holly and Ivy coloring book. I've been recently wanting a coloring book that has like Bible verses that you can color in, and this doesn't have a lot of Bible verses. This one is a Bible verse. It's glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men. Oh, you can't see it. My big fat head's in the way. There you go. But a lot of them are actually quotes. So this one is, upon the world a light has dawned, and that's a quote from Tim Keller. Let's see. I'm afraid to quote a lot of these because I don't know who any of these people are, and I don't want to just know anything that any quotes that I read out right now. I don't know who any of these people are. Ah, another one. Thanks be to God for his indescribable gift. 2 Corinthians 9:15. The simplest things, not the great occasions, give off the greatest glow of happiness. That's a Bob Hope quote. Again, don't know who that is. Just assume I'm not endorsing any of these people. So anyway, my friends, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me again. It has been so good being able to sit down with you. This video probably won't be out for another few days from when I'm filming it because I just uploaded my video on my unhaul. I did a big unhaul and my shelves look like garbage because I haven't moved everything into place, so they look really bad right now. They need work. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me again. I apologize for our lighting situation and the fact that I probably sound a little bit weird. I think I have a cold, which is such a bummer, but it is what it is. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Please let me know in the comment section down below what you guys talked about on at church on Sunday. And I will see you guys next time back here again at Hope Arts Library. Bye guys.